morning, Mr. President.
Good morning.
Thanks for your availability.
Thank you very much.
First of all, what motivated your being in Burkina Faso?
Well, I've been motivated by the manner in which the leaders in this country have put across their own feelings, which, in a sense, is us as Africans saying our time has come to be in charge of our own places. I think many of us who went through oppression, they never thought we could liberate ourselves fully. It has been how this country has liberated itself in the whole of the continent, and I felt that it was very important that I'm able to be here, to have time to talk with the president here, the leader of this country, because I believe that what we do in the continent, if we do it individually, will take a long, long time before we are free. It is important that we come together and do the same thing and have our Africa, because our Africa is sufficient for us. We don't need anything. So I felt it was absolutely important that I come this time, because I hadn't had an opportunity. I've been wanting to do so, but life is life. So I am very happy that I have been here, and I've spent some days, and I've had discussions with the people here, as well as the leaders. So I'm happy.
Okay, you have come to Ouagadougou. At the moment, some say, don't come to Burkina Faso. Mr. President, do you feel safe in Burkina Faso?
I'm the safest.
Okay.
If I were to do it on my own, I would stay here, not go anywhere. Because here, you are dealing with Africans who know exactly what to do. The problem that we have is that oppressors have oppressed us in such a way and for so long that our people began to feel generally that this Africa does not belong to them, belong to people who arrived here. Okay. And it is not true. And it is our duty to clear that and know that we need to be together. Part of the reason we have problems in our continent, the people who are more doing that are the oppressors that came to oppress us. They want us not to concentrate in liberating our country fully. They want us to keep on fighting. That's why in this continent, more than any other continent, there are more problems, and they're among ourselves. And if we just sit and look, we'll never say we are now free fully. And I think the leadership here has done something very, very important for the continent to show the way, how do we bring liberation to ourselves and be in charge of our own countries. The time has come, and that's the reason why I felt I must meet the president here and have serious discussions, because we do have ideas. How could we quicken Africa, being Africa of our own rather than Africa of other people who live in other places? And therefore, nothing I will fear when I'm here. I feel, in fact, at home. I can walk without any problem, because I know the thinking is together and we know what we are doing. I'm actually very happy that we have young Africans who get into power and show the way. The problem that we have is that people believe that we can't do anything except people who came from afar. But I think this country is demonstrating that this is the route to go. And I'm sure we are going to succeed.
Okay. So you said it yesterday, you met with the president. You know he committed himself to fighting against the oppression. of imperialism. So what do you think of his vision, his Pan-Africanist vision?
I think he has a vision that we need as Africans.
Okay.
It's very clear. Part of the reason I was keen to come was to meet him and have a discussion and also add to what he's doing and also exchange the views about how do we quicken the final independence of our continent. And I had with the president yesterday a wonderful discussion. I could see that this is the man who is ready to help liberate Africa.
Okay.
But of course, you know, the colonized people at times get misled by people who came to this conference, to this place of ours. For an example, some people believe that for their lives in Africa, they must depend on the colonizers. And colonizers at times use our people here to make it difficult for us. And that's why, for an example, you'd see, and I made this point yesterday to my friend, I also made it to our people who were here, that there is a big problem wherein we demonstrate that we are in fact not realizing what is happening in this province, in this continent. If you take the situation where this country says we want that belongs to us to come to us and let us run our own affairs, and you have leaders saying this is a coup d'etat, why are you doing this? And therefore we are going to isolate you. That tells you the problems we still have here. Because we as Africans were in our own, and some people came, started wars, taking our country, doing everything. It has been centuries. I don't think as Africans we have to sit and say we don't know one day either the angel or God or Jesus himself will come and help us. They will never. It is us who must say enough is enough. We want to run our affairs in every direction. That which has been done here should have been a light that says this is the way to go. But what did you find? You find not just ordinary people, leaders who are running their countries, saying this is a coup d'etat. Please let us isolate this young man. That tells you the problem we still have. And I am very keen to say, what can we do, all of us, who think alike, to change the minds of our people? It is absolutely crucial. One of the things that made me happy here is to find Africans from all over being here. Well, that gives the support to what the leadership here is doing. And I think we need to increase that. We need to help our brothers who say, no, you can't touch the white people, to say it's not more that kind of time. It is us who must take over our countries and live in peace so that we can remove problems in our continent where we fight among ourselves when there is no need, fighting for places or where people are saying this is my place, this is my country, it can help us. I do feel that we still have to work very hard to change the minds of those who were influenced by the colonizers and those who think they can only have something to eat if the colonizers bring something here. It is the colonizers who don't have everything we have in our continent. I think we should be left alone to live in our continent, in the manner in which we want to. This is what we need to do. Discussing with the president yesterday, I realized that Africa is now changing. We've got people who stand for the truth. who are not taken away by people who think differently. I was very happy. We had a very good discussion. And I'm sure this link of us coming together is going to make us perhaps few to influence others and change the African continent, because it is us. The colonizers have taken many things that they found here. They still take it for themselves, not for us. So my discussion with the president was absolutely important.
Okay.
And I believe we are on the same page, and I believe we are going to influence Africa. We are going to change Africa.
How? How?
No, we are going to deal with the comrades that are here. Tell them that it is wrong what they are doing. For an example, in Africa it is easy to kill people, and it's just the end of the story, because they are looking down upon us. We need to influence country by country, leaders by leaders, ordinary African people, that this is the way to go, and we should not shy away from it. Okay. My feeling is that there are a few decades that are still going to give us problems, because if we are able to discuss with our colleagues, to tell the truth as it is, to show the way, which way to go, is what will help us. Okay. And I'm sure they will turn around. If you take the problems that face Africa, anyone who is an African in the true sense of the word must participate in helping this continent. Okay. This continent is one of the richest continents, but you have people here who are starving in big numbers, whilst our things are being taken away to help the people out there so that they are in charge. They've got even a problem of buying people, other Africans, to kill other Africans. So we are still left with a big problem to deal with ourselves as Africans. Okay. And I believe if you have got president like the leader here, who are not afraid, we are going to tell African leaders openly that you are wrong. Okay. Not to start any war, to say you are wrong, let the Africans come together. And I'm sure we are going to change this continent very quick. Okay. Because it is not just two of us who are thinking, there are a number of them. I think we've just reached the point where we must say to the leaders and everybody else, this is the way to go, not the way we have chosen over the years. So I was very happy. Okay. He was very happy too. And we have agreed we are going to be seeing one another continuously, because we think alike. And I think there are quite a lot who also think alike. It's absolutely wonderful.
Okay. Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger created the EAS Confederation to better fight against terrorism and develop their countries. So what do you think of this choice? Is it the best?
Absolutely. That is the thing I'm talking about, that we are going to be influencing people all the time. Okay. That is the way to go. If, as he does, do everything with the truth, and also ready to do anything in order to succeed, we are going to have, we now have 3 countries here that are saying enough is enough with our colonizers. That is the beginning of a process where many other countries are going to do it. Because I think we all realize we are in trouble. And therefore, we need to change things. So I am very happy with that unity of the three countries. In fact, I'll tell you, if we win elections as we go, there are going to be the four countries that change Africa.
Okay.
That's how it's going to be.
So for you, various confederation can inspire the other African countries and contribute to reaching African unity.
This is the beginning of that process.
Okay.
That's the beginning of the African countries having to come together. Those who can't see, they are going to see what is happening here, what is happening in South Africa when we take over. So whether they like it or not, we are going to change them. And there are countries that agree with what they've done here, some of them big countries. So all we need to do now is to add the numbers of the African leaders to think in a particular way, which is the way to make us free.
During a conference hosted by the African diaspora, strong recommendations were made. And one of these recommendations is that African countries who use the CFA franc should break free from it. What's your viewpoint about it?
No, firstly, I'm very happy that our brothers and sisters coming from outside have also taken a step to participate in helping this continent. I'm very happy. I was very happy to see our brothers and sisters here who are very serious about how do we need to change the world. Because if we don't do so, we will remain almost like I don't want to say only like okay, let me not say it. Okay. What is important is that we as Africans, we must stand for ourselves, not remain to other people. Okay. The colonizers came here and left few of their people, but it took everything. They are still taking it away up to today, whatever we have. And we cannot allow that. And therefore, the issue of how the monies are used, because wherever you are, what you come across is that we don't have the money. The money is owned by those people, always. And others are big, like the United States of America, for an example. The dollar is what dominates the world. Okay. We can have our own. We don't need the dollar. When I joined a group of 5, in fact, precisely because I don't like this business, that we are ruled from somewhere. We are just useless. We can't even exchange our money. At times, if we've got our own money, it's just a paper, which means nothing. It is absolutely important that we, as African people, together with the brothers and sisters, we should come together more and have our own. I proposed in that meeting that we should not follow the dollar. Okay. Our own organization must create its own money. Okay. Because being 5, we were good as part of the rest. And why? And we started that. Although it was not necessarily started in the continent, but the ones that think alike, who are not oppressing us. Already, the oppressors have been put under pressure because we are now acting in a particular way. So we need to have our own African money, not of other people, because I think we've got the strength to do so. So I know all these countries, whether the British or whatever, but it needs us to come together to say, this is us now, we are here, let us do our own things. The coming in of our brothers and sisters from abroad is one of the strong things that is going to happen to quicken the process, taking into account that they have been there, they've been there. Now we all say Africans must come together. I'm sure we are going to succeed, including not depending on the money paper which comes from other places. These are some of the things we are going to be discussing here. How do we do it? How do we make it work? And I'm sure many Africans will realize this is the way to go.
Okay, Mr. President, what's your message to the people of Burkina Faso?
I've been here and I've come and you know, peace, there is peace in this country. Peace, just peace. People who are busy working, they're all over. That's how a country should be, develop itself. So I am going to say they must fully support the leadership here. Well, the leadership is not going just to help Burkina Faso. It's going to help the continent. And therefore, we must come together. And they must. I also got things which were very useful. I was told by the people and the comrades here that the leader who is here is demanded by the people of this country because they realize this is the leader. From my own view, I've got views about things. I believe that this question of having elections all the time is actually the thing that our colonizers brought in order to be able to direct us whatever direction. Because you could have a good man, like a man in this province, and then suddenly you go for elections. He's doing everything right, going to elections. And then the colonizers give people money to buy some other people they wanted to come so that they can control. That's elections. The man who is right, running the country correctly, goes away. Somebody else comes in, messes up. I think these are the issues as Africans we've got to talk about. I'm happy that the people here are saying this leader must be here, fix the country. That's what we need. We don't just need to have elections and elections, because there we are not in control. So as far as I'm concerned, you must keep the leader who is here. Just keep him. So that we can all fix the continent. We cannot be taking other people out, put other people who belong to other people. So as far as I'm concerned, the population here is doing very well, what I heard here. I hope even in our own country, we'll think how to make what we do correct for our people, continue until we complete our journey. Because otherwise, those people who are out there are going to be just messing up, as far as I'm concerned. Then they don't care. They kill people. This country has an example, a leader that we loved so much. They put money to kill a leader and to cause chaos. I think as Africans, let us have our own thinking. And I think this is what we are going to begin to do with the leaders here.
Mr. President, thanks for your availability.
Thank you. I'm very happy. And I'm going to be coming here more often.
You are welcome.
Thank you.